Oh, wait a minute. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Well, how are you?
I'm fine. My name's Eric, and I'm going to continue to ask you a few questions about that night. The car that you were in, who owns that car?
It's my son's car.
It's your son's car. Do you own a car?
I do.
How long have you had a driver's license?
Since
You can go ahead and answer the question.
I got my license around my 17th birthday.
And how old are you now?
I'm 62.
So you've been driving a long time,
About 45 years.
and you've never ever been stopped by a police officer or any other law enforcement in all of that time?
Not that I recall.
And you've never been arrested?
Prior to this incident. No.
How many doors are on the car?
It's a 4-door car.
Your daughters, Kelly and Nora, why do you think they stayed in the car?
Well, if I recall correctly, one of the back doors opened after I was tased the first time. So
Which door?
the one directly behind the passenger seat.
And who was sitting there?
That would have been Nora.
And what was Kelly doing at that point?
They were both, as far as I could hear when I was out of the car, they were talking to each other and getting, they were nervous, I think, a little bit loud.
Did you say anything to either one of your daughters when you decided to exit the car?
I did not,
Did they say anything to you?
not that I recall.
So Kelly was in the car
Yes.
and Nora was getting out of the car.
The door was open. I did not see her leave the car.
When the first taser hit you, struck you, were you in front of the door that was open on the passenger rear side of the car, or were you behind that door?
My door? Or you're referring to
The
my
passenger
side?
in the back seat, the second door.
That was not open until after the first hit.
So that door opened after you had been tased.
Correct.
Okay. And where did Nora go after you had been tased?
I'm not sure about that time because I was doubled over, but I think she remained in the vehicle.
But she opened the door,
I believe so, yes.
and she did not get out of the door or
Not
the car?
that I saw.
Did Officer Dennehy give any instructions at that point in time to Nora?
Not that I heard, but I was a little distracted.
I can imagine you were. I would be too. Are you aware of a normal course of action when a person is stopped in a car by a police officer?
Are you referring to the license and registration conversation?
Yes, we could start there.
Yep, so that's probably where my knowledge would end, is that an officer asks to see your license and your registration, maybe your insurance, and then they go back to their car and do something, and then they come back, and I'd assume they'd issue a ticket if necessary.
In that scenario, could you ever imagine yourself getting out of the car?
Objection, speculation.
You can go ahead and answer the question.
If everyone was remaining in the car and I was a passenger, no, I don't think so.
You mentioned earlier that you had shoulder surgery.
I did,
Which shoulder?
my right shoulder.
Are you right-handed or left-handed?
I am right-handed.
The car that your son owns, is it an automatic or is it a manual drive?
I believe it's automatic.
Do you remember receiving any sort of instruction from Officer Dennehy prior to exiting the car?
I do not, specific to myself.
What did you intend to do when you exited the car?
I intended to see to the safety of my son and to just make sure that I got a better vantage point by which to view what was happening, because from my angle, it looked as though my son was being aggressively detained.
Do either one of your daughters own cell phones?
Yes,
Did they have the phones with them
I,
on their person
I
then?
believe so. I don't know what sort of battery situation was happening, but I believe they did have their phones.
Do you know if either one of your daughters videoed anything that night?
Not that I'm aware.
You're not aware, or do you have any knowledge? Don't have any knowledge
I
of?
do not have any knowledge.
When you were tased the second time, where were your hands?
Behind my back.
Had you been resisting arrest at that point?
Objection, form.
You can go ahead and answer the question.
I had not been resisting. I was having difficulty getting my right arm behind my back because of the surgery.
Was your arm in a sling?
It was not.
Did you tell Officer Dennehy that you had surgery recently?
At that time, no, I did not, but my son was yelling to watch out for my shoulder.
All right, thank you very much.